Here with the info on info technology, an orthodontist by profession, a political commentator by avocation, a guy who stays on top of the stories, Dr. Larry Kawa, president of American Courage PAC. Not only the State Department, not only the post office, but what, yet another government?
You know, I don't stay on top of the stories. They stay on top of me, and I wish they'd get off. There are so many scandals, it's easy to confuse them. It was actually the Department of Energy that had the Islamic cyber attack on their website. Just for fun, I decided now that the House was voting on the Keystone Pipeline, it would be interesting to see specifically what research was actually done on the Keystone Pipeline, or was the government just sitting on its hands? So, like any normal guy, I decided I'm going to float through the website. I look at the one of the choices, which was the Carlsbad office. It was the Waste Isolation Pilot Program. They had me fill out a 4-page form, and at the end of the form, wouldn't you know it, it said, you have to get the RB Media Player. I go to rbmediasolutions.com, and what do you think comes up? And I believe you might have a screenshot of it. What it says is that we're sorry we've been down for the past several weeks. There it is right there. But we have had an attack by an Islamic group, hoping to be back up soon. So, you know, it's interesting that the government failed to disclose to us the fact that they were attacked by an Islamic group in a realm where you want to find nuclear. It's their nuclear program, actually, that was eclipsed.
Okay, now this is one of those moments where we got to stop. If it was comedy, you do a double take, but there's nothing funny about this. This is a DOE website. This is dealing with nuclear energy and really nuclear policy. And the group providing some of the services said, whoop, time out. We've been hacked by an Islamic group.
Well, from the same great minds that gave us healthcare.gov, they gave us this. And if they can't protect their own website, how are they going to protect our borders? That to me is a really interesting corollary. And on top of it, there was another State Department, I guess you could say, scandal that I noticed. What happened was the State Department. The State Department said that there was well, let's back up to August 28th. The president said he had no strategy on ISIS. The next day, the press crucified him, and they asked Josh Earnest, how could you have no strategy on ISIS when you're our commander-in-chief? And he threw the Pentagon under the bus, said he was waiting for the Department of Defense to get back to him with options and direction, and because they failed to get back to him with options and directions, he refused to bring it to the Congress because obviously he wants to subversively control the ISIS strategy. So, anyhow, I said, you know, I was walking by my Jeep that night, and I have a little bumper sticker on the back that says, what would Reagan do? And those 3 words, trust but verify, you know them, JD. So I decided to send in a Freedom of Information Act request to the Department of State, and I get it back surprisingly quickly in 8 weeks, signed by the chief of the Pentagon's FOIA division. And it basically, my question to him was, can you disclose to me any documents or communication between the executive branch and the Department of State on ISIS strategy or ISIL strategy? Well, Christmas came early. On November 3rd, I got this email back from signed by the acting chief of the Pentagon's FOIA division, not just a FOIA agent, stating that not only were there no communications, but if there were to be any, their research would have produced them. So when I called him up and I said to him, is it possible there are classified documents? He said to me, no, because if there were, I would have had to list them but not describe them. I'm 100% sure. So my question to the president is, who did you ask at the Department of Defense for options and direction? I mean, it's as silly as tickling clowns. How do you not have an answer to that?
And it's an answer that many of us are waiting for. Unfortunately, there is one aspect to this that takes no quarter, and that is the 4-letter word time. Our time with Dr. Larry Kawa up right now. Hour 3 of America's Forum follows this time out.